Alright, hello, and welcome back to Dragon Warrior 1. Now that I've got that, first get back to where the path branched off. Should be doing more damage now, with the final weapon of the game, Erdrick's Sword, now equipped. Again, like I said in the last video, I miss the newer versions of the game and how Repel even worked in dungeons. I mean, if the Repel spell worked in dungeons, I could have done this in the last video. I'd probably made my way to the final boss in the last video. All that time I could have saved by fighting random battles every 10 steps. I mean, again, I'm not, complaining too much. It's just, why? Why even have a repel spell if it doesn't work? Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking with that, but why even bother having the spell if it's not going to work in dungeons where you'd really want to use it? Not so much yeah, anyways. And I'm thinking they themselves realized that over the years. That's why they changed it, made it so that it works in dungeons, in newer games and newer remakes of old games. Anyways, now see what I mean? I'm already at max levels, don't need the battles, don't need the experience, I'm not getting any anyways. It says I gained the experience, but it doesn't show up on the counter there. Still at 60 here. So yeah, battles are kind of pointless for me at this point. Just unwanted delays. Whatever game. Yeah. Another thing I miss about newer versions of the game. Enemy animations. Here are just still photos. I mean, again, taking into account the technology of the time. Older console, especially the NES, which was primitive even for the standards of the time. Sega Genesis, was already out by the time this game released it here in 1989. You already had the Sega Genesis out, 16-bit system. So yeah, given the technology issues, I suppose that kind of thing would have been impossible back then, but still. Or even some enemy, even some battle background would have been nice instead of just a plain black field. But again, I'm guessing it has a lot to do with the friggin' tech, frame rates and RAM and all that kind of technology, all that technical stuff. Not gonna bother about with those treasure chests there. Don't care. Just a bunch of useless stuff, if I remember correctly, that I don't need. One of them is even cursed. So yeah. Not interested. Just going through to the end. Alright. God damn it, game. Really? Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. I don't need the battles. I'm already at max levels. Alright, now, before I go any further... Actually, hold on. No, not... Good thing I wasn't one. Heal myself. Alright. Make a save point there. So I want to test a theory here. Because I don't remember, but I'm going to find out if... Ta! Or mind only. Yeah. The one time we're saying no actually does do something. I made a comment to that a few videos back when Princess Maylin asked if you'd take her home, and if you say no, she says, but thou must, which is usually 9 times out of 10 been the case every single time. Why bother giving you the option when you really don't have one? This being one of the very few exceptions to that. However, just out of curiosity, I mean, I've heard different accounts from different people as to what happens. I myself have never really bothered trying this, knowing that this is, but just to appease my own curiosity and see for myself. Oh, yeah, okay. Ha 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 ha. That's it, you have to hit reset. Yeah. Which meant you go back to the last time you saved your game. Which hopefully for you wasn't that long ago. Yeah. Anyways. Alright, now let's do this for real this time. Yeah. King of Delusions is more like it, but okay. No! Yeah, we'll see about that. Only one? Okay, I thought he did more damage than that. I mean, I know I'm at max levels and all, but... Freeze Butte, okay. Okay, that's... Here. Yeah, see? Even at max levels, he does more damage than a level 1 hurt or basic heal spell or medical herb would heal. So even at max levels, you're still going to need to use the heal more spell at least once, as I said in an earlier video in those regards. Making the heal more spell one of the few that you actually have to have. Anyways, game over. And of course the castle still stands. Alright, well, I could go around talking to people, but they all basically say the same thing. Hooray, you did it, thank you, success, and all that kind of stuff. So, since time is short for 15-minute videos. I mean, again, I could milk that, make 2 videos out of this, just go around talking to everybody, but nah. Let's just go end this and get that cursor off screen. How long has that been there? No. Of course, if you'd ever saved her, then obviously this whole line of dialogue exchange would not be here. Because she's still a prisoner of the Green Dragon back there in that cave to the east, and yeah. Which, does present a problem story-wise when you get to the next game. Since it is those two that establish either those two directly or their kids that they will be having over the couple. Establish the kingdoms that make up the next game. However, if you never save her, she's still a prisoner. Then how is that going to happen? You've just created a paradox within the Dragon Warrior storyline. Anyways, creator of the whole series, and the only one of those 3 that's still alive today. Toriyama's been dead. Yeah, he's dead now, and the only one of the main trio still alive, Yuji himself, the creator of the series. Anyways, that's the original game. While I do like the remakes more, I still have a lot of nostalgia for the original. Always will to my dying day. I just wish they'd re-release the original, even if it's just on Switch NES Online. Or now it'd be Switch 2, but yeah. Just some way to play this version of the game without emulators. Oh well. Chunsoft. Okay. Enix. Half of today's Square Enix, obviously, but is that really the end? Yep, just like some old games, pushing every button, nothing works. It really is the end. Unlike, say, Zelda 1 or even Zelda 2, where you could push the start, reload your save file, and either do a second quest or replay the first quest in Zelda 2's case from the beginning, having most of your key items, like NES Original Metroid, another example of that, or Kid Icarus, where you can play the game again from the start, but having most of your key items and most of your key power-ups, making the first half of that second playthrough abundantly easy. But here, nope, this really is the end. Oh well, that's it for the first game. A game that, unlike the NES original of the first Final Fantasy game, this game I could still recommend for those wouldn't be nostalgic, but for those curious to see the series' origins. How you'd be able to play it, unless you have either an actual NES or emulators, but I mean, I could still recommend this original version of this game if you don't mind heavy grinding. The NES original of Final Fantasy, no. Anyways, another subject for another time, as I'm almost out of time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, probably for the sequel, part 2. Thanks for watching, have a good day, and bye.